Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. I'm Rahmi Putrinanda. I am from 6th class. I would like to explain about the communicative language teaching and my idea about the implementation of communicative language teaching in the classroom. Well, first, we will talk about what communicative language teaching is. Communicative language teaching, or CLT, is an approach for the language teaching which emphasizes interaction as both the means and the ultimate goals of study. Based on the CLT, the goal of language teaching is the ability to communicate in the target language. In the other words, you can say that the final goal for CLT for using CLT in language teaching is the student's communicative ability. Next is the stages of using CLT in language teaching. There are three stages in using CLT in language teaching. The first is pre-communication stage, the second is quasi-communication stage, and the third is real communication stage. First, pre-communication stage. Pre-communication stage means to prepare the students for the later communication. In pre-communication stage, the students learn about the theory of a material, and the second is quasi-communication stage. Quasi-communication stage is a stage which focuses on one or more typical conversation or dialogue or practice in the classroom. The teacher asks the students to make a conversation or dialogue in the group work as and in order to practice their communication ability. And the third is the real communication stage. Real communication stage is the real communication that happen in the real life. The students come into the real situation or in the real case or the real activity out of the classroom and practice their communicative ability there. The next is the implementation of CLT in language teaching. I would like to express my idea about the implementation of CLT in language teaching. We know that there are three stages in CLT. The first is pre-communication stage, the second is quasi-communication stage, and the third is real communication stage. And in the pre-communication stage, we take an example about of my idea in public speaking class. So for the pre-communication stage, the teacher explain the students how to conduct a good public speaking, what the students can do and what the students cannot do, and what the students should avoid in doing the public speaking, and how the good attitude in front of the audiences and etc. It called as the pre-communication stage that the teacher prepare the students for the later communication to create their own communication. The next is quasi-communication, the activity that can be created by the teacher for the quasi-communication based on the theory in the pre-communication. It is about the public speaking. The teacher may give the students some topics or material and ask the students to present or to do a presentation in front of the classroom, and the audiences are their classmates. So it is like the simulation of the public speaking. They have known about the theory and what they can do and what they cannot do and etc. So they in the quasi communication they do a practice about um, about the public speaking and about the theory that they have gotten in the pre-communication, and the teacher has the role um, as the corrector for the errors, for the every error that made by the students in their practice about the public speaking. The next is the real communication stage. After the students did the pre and quasi communication stages, here it is time for the students to come into the real situation of the public speaking. The student may come into the seminar in the smaller range that contains little participants. Uh, so the every participants in that seminar have has opportunity to speak up, uh, and give their opinion. It more like discussion, to speak up and to give their opinion, or asking the question in front of the audiences. So it is the real implementation of the public speaking, or the students, the real the real implementation of the public speaking. It can be for their own seminar, for their final task maybe. So it is the real situation, the real case of the public speaking. It called as the real communication stage in the CLT. And after the students finished the real communicative stage in CLT, it means they have had the communicative ability. As I said before, the main objective of using CLT in language teaching is the students' ability to communicate in the target language. After the students um, did the real communicative stage, it means the CLT has been done by the teacher. Okay, I think that's all that I can deliver you. I'm so sorry for my mistakes. Thank you for your nice attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Goodbye.